The first ever diaspora protest staged against President Adama Barrow by Gambians in New York City took center stage today. The much talked about demonstration against President Barrow was staged in the early hours of today, Thursday, at his hotel in Manhattan, New York. The Gambian leader addressed the United Nations General Assembly today in New York City on various issues including the high cost of living and the impact of the pandemic on the continent, especially the Gambia. Ahead of the gathering at the General Assembly, the President Adama Barrow had few engagements with bilateral and multilateral partners where he discussed educational development and climate change, among other concerns of public interest. There were initial reactions over the high-powered delegation the president traveled with to the U.S., with many describing it as unnecessary and costly to the nation. Hundreds of Gambians in New York were out today to express their frustration and disappointment over the state of affairs in the Gambia. The protesters can be seen with different banners carrying slogans of their concerns. Gambia needs electoral reform. First Lady, where is our 35 million? We need the draft constitution back, among other statements. Police, too, could be seen in a viral video with their ambulances and barrages put between the protesters and the assembly. The Deputy Presidential Advisor on Youth Matters, Mr. Sehu Baloh, said a pocket of the opposition United Democratic Party UDP supporters staged a disgraceful protest opposite the hotel lodging President Barrow. They are as follows: Lamin Silla, Lamin Cisse, Mamadou Fatajo, Sidi Cisse, former consular in the Gambian Embassy, Washington, D.C., Mboj Sedikan, Basiru Njai, and others. However, there is not a single female among the few. Mr. Mbalo's former party fellow, Mamadou MC Cham Jr., fired back at him over his claims. Cham said, "It is not about the number, but the message they are relating to the president and his team. It's democracy. We all need to embrace such actions." No matter the number that showed up to welcome the president at the airport upon his arrival at US, the president's recent trip is completely different from his previous one. Many Gambians are not happy with the leadership back home, and they think staging a demonstration against their leader will send a clear signal to the world about how unpopular Barrow is among Gambians. President Barrow is the second Gambian leader to battle such a challenge in New York, as his predecessor Jammeh suffered similar protests during a similar visit.